Things are happening
Those impossible moments, that's the time, that's when you are in the octagon. You are in the octagon. It is your ultimate fighting challenge. It is your ultimate challenge of fecundation to birth something else and to transmute that pain and birth truth. Not even how you feel. Pardon my French. Fuck how you feel. Because a lot of time that's a lie. I always felt guilty. I always felt like I did something wrong to these people. And like I said, I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to say any relations. It caused me years and years of guilt. It cost me a 30-year relationship that I thought I ought to have with my oldest sister. Impossible? I had to learn and see the truth. My sister Annette helps battered women because she is one herself and she can't realize it, so she batters others. It's impossible to see the truth of things if you being impossible with yourself. I mean, that impossibility thing, that's a hefty, that word to me is bigger than sin, because they married, they're lovers. They cheat on each other with despair and anguish. You dig? It's an orgy.
Wow, that's deep. Wow.
But it's true. And we do it to ourselves, and then we look at other people and we get upset at other people, but they're just a reflection of what it is we don't want to contend with. And then we attract it to us and we're like, I hate that I don't ever get what you accept. All of those different things started from that very small bud of despair. Like in the Gospels, it says faith the size of a mustard seed. Well, to destroy yourself is not illegal, mentally, physically, or legally in this world. And it takes even less than the size of a mustard seed. And it takes holes even deeper.
Yes, you're correct.
So for me, my ability to speak freely, to speak boldly, and not apologize for being through what I've been through, for being hurt, for being broken, and then giving myself permission for being rebuilt.
Yes.
I used to tell people, if you cry over something, you're not healed from it, but that's not true. It's not true. I knew a guy from the Holocaust. I used to work for the Jewish Holocaust Center, Sperber's North Catering. He had the tattoo on his arm, right? And he would talk about it and he would cry. But this is a man who was very well-to-do. And I asked him one day, I said, why you still cry about that? You safe. He said, for me, it's like talking about something from the past is a time machine. And somehow, some way, I encapsulate myself in my mind in that time, and I return to that place. And it's so very real to me. See, now you want to talk about real impossibility? It's impossible, it feels sometimes. Stop living in the past. Because we traveling back in time.
You better preach.
And it's nothing there for you. It was nothing there for you when you first experienced that. So there's nothing there for you now. It's a ghost. It's a shell. It's only going to serve as a reminder of what you ought to leave behind you. You dig what I'm telling you?
I dig it.
Deep down. And it took me 43 years. No. Let's say it took me 35 years. I say 43 because as a very little girl, 3 and 4 years old, I started to question. Like, I'm a person, I remember being born. I remember almost every day of my life. And that's the thing, when I close my eyes, that flood. Out of everything I've been through, everything led back to my childhood, and that's what I had to do. I had to do that impossible shadow work. I had to tell impossible truths to myself because I had to overcome an impossible lie to fight. I mean, lots of impossibles in that impossible situation. And it had robbed me. It sucked me dry. Robbed me of my compassion, my humanity, my love, my belief in myself, who I am, my beauty, what I deserve.
I'm gonna suck you dry.
And it did it for so long that not until maybe I was 34, 35, had my second child, where I looked up and I had one of my first spiritual awakenings, and inside myself, I heard, you have got to be kidding me. This is my life? So this is what I spent 35 years doing? You have got to be kidding me.
Right.
To the point where I was pissed off. So I'm not even gonna lie, I spent another 2 or 3 years being pissed off at everybody I gave anything to. When I say anything, I mean myself, my time, my yoni, my love, my purpose, my belief, my anything. To wake up one day being smacked by spirit and saying, Heifer, it ain't nobody but you, fool. It's your fault. Because nobody can do anything to you without your consent and participation. That part. See, it hurts to hurt so bad when you know that the only problem was you. You the problem when you don't recognize yourself. You the problem when you don't love yourself, and nobody's going to teach you. Because there's only been you just now. Take it bit by bit. Know that you did not get in this position overnight. The lie that you sold that contractor so long, and to prove it, look back over your life. You paid for that. You signed for it. The credit is yours. Discharge the debt. Cry your tears. Scream your screams. And shake the dust off your feet if you want to live, not survive. Because that's what you've been doing. You're going to do that. Just the indomitable spirit that we have from God Almighty. You're going to do that. Every person that you lose that brings you pain that you love is a valuable, powerful asset and ancestor. You're going to survive. But how you living?
Are you living?
That's the question.
Are you living? Because sis, you speaking like, how often is our impossible thing just to live? Just to live and not survive anymore, not to be in this place where I'm always in this ring suffering. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this ring
with my hands
fire.
up.
I'm like, I gotta keep going. And you got, sometimes what is it? I just wanna be able to stand outside and take a deep inhale and exhale and not think about